Hobbits are a breed of people from the Shire, which is kind of the rural sort of countryside of Middle-earth. Really gorgeous and kind of untouched by any kind of human or other being. And hobbits are generally quite small. About 3'6" is the kind of described height of Frodo, the main hobbit in the Lord of the Rings. And they're just sort of rural people, you know, people of the land, farmers. They love to eat. They love life. You know, they're very passionate people. Frodo is different in the sense that he's kind of a curious hobbit, which is sort of bizarre. Most hobbits tend to want to not know. They're comfortable in not knowing. And Frodo enjoys the idea of adventures, and he's curious about the outside world and about elves and dwarves and humans. There's a strength, there's sort of an inner strength in Frodo that also sets him apart, makes him unique in being able to accept the responsibility of holding the ring and taking the ring to Mordor and destroying it, which is an incredibly difficult task for anyone. But hobbits, being as innocent as they are able to withstand the power of the ring much longer than any other species. And particularly Frodo, because he's got the kind of he's got a courage about him, and sometimes a fearlessness to move forward that some other hobbits may not have, because of his interest of the outside world. That's one of the things that this film has brought me as a person, is these close relationships with these people. I mean, working over a year and a half, well, over a year anyway, on a project, on one particular project with the same people, you inevitably get really close to them. And I've made some of the best friends I'll ever make in my life on this. So I'll definitely take that away from this experience. It's been pretty incredible. It is an absolute labor of love for all of us, you know. We love these characters. We love the journey that they take. The points that it makes about human existence, that the book makes. You know, the themes that it touches on. All of those things, to recreate that and to put that to film in keeping with Tolkien's vision and trying to stay as close to that as possible while still making a film. Absolutely. I think we all came onto this with the utmost passion. You couldn't have come onto this without that passion. Well, I think it's a general story about overcoming with courage and belief in yourself, overcoming obstacles that may come in your way, you know. Frodo has an amazing amount of trust in Gandalf because of Gandalf being a wizard and quite wise and knowledgeable about the outside world. And anything that Gandalf would ask Frodo to do, Frodo would know that it would be for the best. I mean, the ring in and of itself is kind of its own character in the film. I mean, there's a certain amount of personification thrown onto the ring. It is a tangible object that isn't living, but it is filled with this kind of evil magic. And one of the things that I really loved about his ideas for the film was that he really wanted to make the movie realistic, because it is a fantasy film and the fantasy books. But the thing about these books and what we're doing with the movie is that they're so real. You believe that Frodo existed. You believe that Gandalf existed.